So Kai Cenat brought back Streaming University for 2026, and the internet went crazy. New York, LA, Atlanta, people lined up outside, people camped out, people took off from work, people traveled, people treated this like it was the golden ticket to change their life. And I get it, because when you see somebody like Kai Cenat, who built himself into one of the biggest streamers, and he's offering people a chance to be seen, you want to take advantage of it. It feels like your shot. It feels like if I can just get in that room, everything in my life will change. And that's where this story went from kind of funny to a little bit uncomfortable. Because one woman said she used her rent money to get a hair appointment so she would look right for Streaming University. Rent money. Like, not extra money, not fun money, but rent money. Let's get to it. Cue the clip.
This that Raymundo Reacts, huh? Y'all came in for the laughs, huh? You did. Stay for the commentary cause it makes sense, huh? Real talk.
That boy is good.
I just took a risk and spent my rent money and booked an appointment with Erica Tay. I feel like getting my hair done by Erica Tay is an opportunity in itself. And I'm also trying to get accepted into Streaming University, so no risk, no reward. It's like manifestation. If I book now and I go get my hair done, university, here I come.
Now see, this is where the math stopped mathing for me. Because I understand betting on yourself. I understand wanting to look your best. But rent money? That's where the conversation changes. Because at that point, we're no longer just talking about ambition. We're talking more along the lines of desperation. And before people get mad, I'm not clowning her for having a dream. And I'm not saying she can't become successful. But I am saying if chasing the dream means you sacrifice the roof over your head, you might need to pause and ask what you're really chasing. Because rent comes way before recognition. And I know that sounds harsh, but somebody gotta say it. Now, to be fair, this ain't a blame Kai video. Kai actually deserves a whole lot of credit. He built something that people want to be a part of. That ain't easy. He created a real cultural moment. He made people feel like they could be discovered. He made Streaming University feel like a real event. And from a content standpoint, that's genius. Every application is content. Every rejection is content. Every line outside the building is marketing. Every disappointed streamer is another conversation. That's not an accident. That's a system. I mean, Kai, he built the dream, but the internet kind of turned it into desperation. And that's the part I want to talk about. Because Kai, he can offer the opportunity, but the sacrifice, it's on your end. You decide whether you're gonna miss work. You decide whether you're gonna spend rent money. You decide whether you're gonna sleep outside. You decide, is it worth it to put my body in a crowd for hours? And if it doesn't go the way you imagine, that doesn't mean somebody automatically did you wrong. It means you took a risk. And as we know, risk don't always pay off. Now look at this next clip.
Honestly, as much as it sucks and it's like upsetting that I didn't get in to talk to him, I still have my online application and I'll still be posting content, so it's not like the end of the world for me. Like, it's not that deep that no, like, we didn't get to talk to him, because at the end of the day, like, as long as you sign, you know, apply. It was a good opportunity to network. I mean, I came out here at 2:30 in the morning to network. I knew that the school wasn't going to be open, but I still came and talked to people and took pictures and stuff like that, and got followers and stuff like that. I think it's just my body's in shock because I didn't eat a lot and I didn't drink a lot, because, you know, you can't bring certain things or like we would forget. But honestly, I honestly, hands up to, I'm so thankful for Kai Cenat and the opportunity that he allowed, even though like it makes me want to cry.
This is probably one of the healthiest responses I saw from this whole situation. She didn't get in, she was disappointed, but she still had perspective. That right there is the mindset. That's the part people need to hold on to. She was disappointed, but she didn't act like her dream died at the door. She said, I still have my online application. I'll still be posting content. It's not the end of the world. That's how you survive a moment like this. Because Streaming University is not the end all be all. Stop treating it like it is. Getting picked by Kai, that will be dope. It can open doors. It could put eyes on you. It can change your life if you're ready. But that last part, yeah, that matters. If you're ready. Because a cosign isn't a replacement for preparation. A cosign only amplifies what's already there. If you don't have enough consistent content, what's the cosign gonna do? If you don't know your voice, the cosign won't save you. If you don't know what you're bringing to the table, getting to that room may only expose that you weren't ready. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. And I know some of y'all don't want to hear that, but everybody's journey is gonna be different. Some people get discovered early. Some people grind for years. Some people blow up off one clip. I mean, some people never get a cosign, but they end up building something real. That's why you can't treat one opportunity like your entire future relies on it. Because when you do that, you start making emotional decisions with real life consequences. Now look at this.
Man, even though I've been camping for 4 days since Thursday in LA for Streaming University auditions, waited in line since 6 a.m., was hella committed staying here, still got denied from the staff. They didn't even get to get interviewed by Kai Cenat. I would rather get denied in front of Kai Cenat than get stopped and denied from the staff. And that's what makes me sick.
This streamer camped out for days, 4 days, of not washing your ass. He was dedicated, he was there early, he was making content, and he still didn't get the experience he thought he was gonna get. Now that's frustration I can understand, because imagine camping out for 4 days. You're hungry, you're tired. Imagine thinking, I'm finally about to get my shot, and then you don't even make it to the person that you were trying to see. That will feel like wasted time. That will feel like the door closed before you even got a chance to knock. But here's what the lesson is. You can sacrifice the most and still not get selected. You can be early and still not be chosen. You could be dedicated and still not get the result. That's just life. That's content. That's the business. And here's why you have to be careful about putting your entire emotional weight on one moment. Because if that one moment doesn't go your way, now you feel like everything was for nothing. But it wasn't for nothing if you used it right. You were around other creators, you were around other cameras, you were around people who were chasing the same dream. You had a story, you had an environment, you had tension, you had emotion, you had everything you needed to make content. And that brings me to the clip that cooked the most.
It is okay for people to show up and go to do in-person Streamer University. You want to chase your dream. That is not an issue. But my problem is that a lot of y'all streamers lazy than a bitch. Y'all lazy as I don't care if you're 50 years old and you want to do it. I don't care if you are, if you stream, if that's something that you do and you are passionate in, you think that you just need a little bit of oomph, I don't care about you going to Streaming University. I care about moments like this where y'all bitch and moan and y'all clearly are not putting in the work to even get noticed on any level.
Because that's the real conversation. Everybody wanted Kai to give him an opportunity, but the opportunity was already happening. The line was content, the crowd was content, the frustration was content, the networking was content, the disappointment in itself was content. Hell, the journey was content. The I didn't get picked, but here's what I learned was content. So the question really becomes, were you there to actually create? Or were you there to be chosen? Because those aren't the same thing. And that's where people get caught up. They don't want the process. They want the stamp. They want the moment where somebody bigger tells them you're valid now. But if you need somebody to tell you you're a creator before you start creating, then you're not really ready. That's not hate. That's honesty. And I'm saying this as somebody on YouTube trying to build too. I get it. A cosign, that would be dope. A bigger creator noticing you would definitely help. A viral clip, that'll be fire, but that can't be the plan. Because if your whole plan is, I hope somebody notices me, then you don't have a plan. You have a wish, and hope does not pay rent. Now, I do think there's a real conversation about organization, because some of those clips make the in-person auditions look kinda chaotic. People were talking about they waited for hours. Some people said they got pushed around. And look, when something that big happens, safety might be an issue. But Clout, it's not worth losing your life.
Like, I'm so angry because I was so close. People were getting excited about a drone, pushing people, like it was like the building. So I was standing by the glass so that I wouldn't get caught up because, mind you, I'm small, bro. Like, got big people trying to bum rush to get to see the drone, pushing and shoving, trying to get to the front, and it's like you can't get in. Then after that, after the drone scene happened, people were out. People had chairs outside because they were literally sleeping outside. So you had the chairs knocking people over, tripping on the chairs, people pushing. I almost broke my leg, bro. Literally, my leg was twisting. Like, I low-key feel like I sprained my leg. Almost lost my bag with all my stuff in it. Again, you have big people pushing and shoving, they know that they're big, and they're using that ability to get in the front. Oh my God. Like, it wasn't even worth losing my life because somebody is going to end up, like, God forbid, somebody's going to end up getting hurt.
Now that part matters because now we're not just talking about disappointment. We're talking about people putting themselves in physical situations that might not be safe just to be seen. And when fame becomes that powerful, people stop thinking clearly. They start thinking, this is my only shot. That's a dangerous situation. Streamer University is not your last chance. Kai Cenat is not the only door. One rejection isn't the end of your story. And the cosign isn't a foundation for your career. The foundation is the work you put in. The videos, the streams, the reps, the thumbnails, the editing, the personality, the consistency, the ability to turn nothing into something. That's what makes a creator, not just standing in line, not hoping the person sees you, and not spending rent money. The work, that's what makes you ready. And if you're already putting the work in, then you're already doing what you need to do. So is this ambition, or did Streaming University expose just how desperate people are for a cosign? Would you spend your rent money for a chance just to be seen? Would you camp out for days? Would you skip work? Or would you stay home and keep grinding, building your platform? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoy the content, hit that sub button to the right and to the left, more dope content. Until next time, I'm out.
This that Raymundo Reacts, huh? Y'all came in for the laughs, huh? You did. Stay for the commentary cause it makes sense, huh? Real talk.
That boy is good.